The weirdest thing that I would ever say that happened to me psychologically was when I was living with somebody in about 2002, and they were not a clean freak but a dirty freak, an absolute hoarder. And over a few months, about a year and a half really, um, there was so much paper in the bedroom. There was one trail going out to the living room. It was like a big nest of paper. There was starting to be tripping hazards everywhere, and the bathroom was nasty too. I mean, the sink had not been cleaned in probably about 4 to 5 months, and I kept on saying, "Look, I need to get this cleaned. I need to get this cleaned, honey." And she just gave me so much pushback, and I was like, okay. So the landlord did a surprise inspection. He was not thrilled with it. So finally, I waited until I had a day off and she was on her shift. And I cleaned up the entire bedroom. I got all of her mail in some very easy to organize piles so she didn't get upset. And then I took care of the living room a little bit, and then I took care of the bathroom, and I wound up using my old toothbrush to get that nasty, just grime caked sink all cleaned up, and I wound up making the toilet spotless, and I mean, that place was sparkling. And as soon as I got home, I can't remember how it was she phrased it, but I think just I don't know it. I'm just still boggled by what happened. I used something that, oh, that's right, yeah. I I had to use the plunger because the sink was all clogged up, and so I mean I just ran it with hot water for like 3 or 4 minutes, just really steaming. I mean, the steam was just like filling up the bathroom, and I just made it absolutely shining in that sink. And so she takes a look, and the bedroom's completely clean, and the bathroom's just great. And the first thing out of her mouth is that she asks me if I used a plunger to get the sink unclogged. And I said yes, I kind of had to. And this was what blew my mind. I mean, that sink was streaked with blue and green toothpaste. It was caked. There was hair at the bottom of it. There was bubbles coming up and stuff every so often. I mean, this was the most disgusting sink that I'd ever dealt with, and I had put up with it and her excuses for like probably maybe a good 3 weeks while it was draining slowly until it finally blocked up and I'd finally had it. And so the first thing out of her mouth was, "Did you use that plunger?" And I said, "Yeah, I had to do something to get it unblocked." And with it having looked like complete garbage, and with me only having used that plunger section right on the actual pipe section and not toward the edge of the sink, she said, but I drop my toothpaste in there and I pick it up. So that's just something that blew my mind. I mean, it was an utter horror show. I mean, it was short of everything but zombie corpses. And the first thing out of her mouth was, did I use the plunger to open the thing up? I mean, it was heavily rinsed for 3 to 4 minutes with hot water. I'm pretty sure that, you know, I hadn't even used the plunger on the toilet uh, in months either. And, it was an emergency. But I got that out of 6 or 7 hours of work. So, what do you think? Would you have flipped out if you came home to find your place completely clean, but I had to use a plunger?